Hi Joe, I'm going to try to do some of these finger plays for you and show you how to use the guidelines that I showed you on the sheet. So the first one I'm going to do is chop chop chippity chop. You can find that one easily. And here is the rhyme when the teacher does it and shows it to the children first. It looks like this. Chop chop chippity chop, cut off the bottom and cut off the top. What we have left, we throw in the pot. Chop, chop, chippity, chop. All right, now here's where we start. We can show the phrases. First of all, you can explain you're chopping vegetables, you're making a stew, or whatever. So here's what I meant by the phrasing. It looks like this. If you show them the 4 parts of the song, it looks like this. Or the rhyme, you can call it a rhyme. Chop, chop, chippity, chop. Cut off the bottom and cut off the top. What we have left, we throw in the pot. Chop, chop, chippity, chop. And then you say, teacher, 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 students. Or my turn, my turn, my turn, your turn. Show it again. Chop, chop, chippity, chop. Cut off the bottom and cut off the top. What we have left, we throw in the pot. Chop, chop, chippity, chop. All right, here we go. My turn. Teacher, 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 students. Chop, chop, chippity, chop. Cut off the bottom and cut off the top. What we have left, we throw in the pot. And that's where they come in with chop, chop, chippity, chop at the end. So once they can do that, then you give them another part. You say, teacher, teacher, students, students. My turn, your turn, your turn. Here we go. Chop, chop, chippity, chop. Cut off the bottom and cut off the top. That part was the children. So now we're giving them more. My turn, your turn, your turn, your turn. Here we go. Chop, chop, chippity, chop. And we're assuming that they did their part. Oh, they're doing such a great job. They get the whole song. Children, 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 children. I don't get anything. You get all of it. I have to be silent and keep it inside my head. Are you ready? 1, 2, ready, go. Okay. So that was doing the song Everything Out Loud. And then you talk about putting it inside your head. Here's another really great strategy. So you want to explain to them that I'm going to put it inside my head. Now watch and listen. My turn. That was the whole thing inside of my head. Did you hear it? Could you hear it inside your head? Now this time we're going to do silent, 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 out loud. Or you can say, however you want to show them that it's inside your head. Okay, so now we're going to do everything inside your head out loud this time. Ready? Here we go. Chop, chop, chippity, chop. Okay, so it's really fun then to show them and have them and see if they can comment together on the chop, chop, chippity, chop, because they're thinking it in their head and that's reinforcing it and it's giving them the stress of the language, as I said. Now, the next thing with chop, chop, chippity, chop is that you can use it to talk about the vegetables and things that are going to go into your stew. So this would come a little earlier as they're learning it. So you can start, let's go back to the beginning. So you do it for them the first time and you explain that you are chopping up vegetables and you're making a big stew in the middle of the carpet. So we're all going to be putting our vegetables in the stew. And you say, I'm going to chop up some onions for the stew. Chop, 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 chop. And then you do it. Chop, chop, and have them just do the motions with you like 50 times. Chop, chop, chippity chop. Cut off the bottom and cut off the top. What we have left, we throw in the pot. Chop, chop, chippity chop. And then you ask if anyone can suggest another vegetable to put into the stew. They might say, I'd like to put celery in. I'd like to put carrots in. Or you can go around as they're learning food words, you can ask them and they'll say, oh, I want to put chocolate milk in, or I want to put bubble gum in. And you can say, bubble gum? That's not healthy for our stew. Would your parents want you to put bubble gum in your stew? Or you can say, oh, that's really silly. Okay, let's put bubble gum in. And they can all throw things in the stew and they can all start stirring it when you move on to the next one, while you use those other strategies of keeping it silent, showing them their turn. And then you can ask for volunteers to do it together in a small group. So maybe 2 or 3 of them will do it all together, and that's exciting. The really big comes when a student can do the whole thing by themselves, which is really exciting. When they're ready to do that, you can offer. So again, you can go around, ask everyone what they want to put in the stew, and then that's just reinforcing those words over and over and over again, reinforcing them listening and adding in at the right time. So that's chop, chop, chippity chop.